Like you all know, my name is Odun Akerele, and once again, I'm coming to you from the studio of Glimpse Extra in Houston, Texas, the United States of America. And once again, Happy New Year. We went on a long break, right? That break was long. We really did not do any recording for December because of the festive season. So, the year being the new year, we all know we like to plan. We all make plans, even though most of the time we do not get on the plan or we do not execute most of the plans. Maybe we end up executing like one or two. We really don't know why, but I guess it's just one of those things that happened. So today, to kick off the year, to start off the year, to help you people, to help myself, because as I usually say, I will sit on this seat and tell you things are easy to do, or tell you that I am doing what I am not doing. I have not been sticking to my plans as well. So, and I know I'm not the only one, it happens to all of us. So on this episode of today, we'll be talking about planning for the year, how to make strategic goals for the year. And I have two people with me today. I have two guests. They are both virtual guests. We are trying to practice social distance, you know? So I don't have a studio guest today. I have two guests. They are both virtual. We have one guest from Nigeria and we have another guest from South Africa. Okay, my first guest is Adeshola Adeshakin. She's a multidimensional finance expert, author, speaker, and coach. She is an experienced and versatile chartered accountant with over 18 years hands-on experience on personal and SMEs. I think that's small and medium enterprise, right? That's the meaning of SME.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, finance, yeah. Through our multidimensional platforms, which can be viewed at www.sholaadeshakin.com, she has helped many women and men bounce back from stress to rest and from debt to wealth. She is the founder and lead coach of Smart Stewards, an advisory company that provides sound financial literacy tools, and the Smart Investment Club, a technology-driven company that provides investment opportunities for Nigerians and Africans in diaspora. She has authored 8 published books and many unpublished public materials. In fact, if I keep going on, I just will just be on a CV for the whole of the day. So let me just stop there. She's happily married and she's a mother as well. So welcome to the show, Shala.
Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you for coming. So our second guest is Adebola Pavin. I hope I got that right. Adebola Pavin. Pavin, okay. Adebola Pavin is a 2008 graduate of the University of Ibadan in Nigeria, and she is a woman of impeccable attributes. She has an internationally accredited and well-recognized beauty school and a spa that is located in Randburg, Johannesburg, South Africa. Her beauty school is called Body Frame International Beauty School, and she also has a body frame beauty clinic. She is a big madam in South Africa. She has empowered over 7,000 nationalities of different gender and race with nail, beauty, and massage skills. She has also accorded them the opportunity of a better life by securing them gainful employment both on land and sea immediately after training. She has also been able to upgrade many domestic workers to beauticians. She is a multi-skilled woman who believes in the fact that your hands are your tools. And also she believes in training your hands to have your back. That's the first time I'm hearing that too. I'm sure she will explain what that means to us. Training your hand to have your back. Welcome to the show. She's also happily married with kids. Welcome to the show, Adebola. I hope I don't switch your names today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for sitting with us. They are both Adeshola and Adebola, so I have to be careful not to switch their names today. Okay, so let's go straight to it. So, thank you, okay, Akelemo. Thank you, Sister Talk. I have a lot of people I just see they are just coming in on Instagram. Thank you all. Like I said, we are talking about planning for the year, and I'm going to start with Adeshola. What do you think planning for the year means? What does it actually entail to plan for the year?
All Thank you. Please confirm you can still hear me very well. Can
Yes,
you?
yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. Okay, all right. So planning as it means literally means you are preparing for a course of events. But because I'm a chartered accountant, I'm an accountant, and I'm a finance coach, I will narrow the discussion down to money and financial issues. So
Okay.
planning in the financial way means that you are looking at the year, right? And you are deciding or you are contemplating on the things that you want to do regarding your finances. Now, literally, I'm just going to, you know, go a notch higher by tying planning to goal setting when it comes to your finances. Because I mean, there are words that we use interchangeably
Okay, let me
in the
just
world of
interrupt you. So
finance. So when you say you are planning,
planning and
right?
setting goals, they are basically, are they not the same thing?
Well, in English, in the dictionary, they may not be the same, but in
Okay.
the world of personal finance, they're interchangeable terms. When you say you're planning, it means that you are setting goals, you are kind of contemplating on certain courses of actions, for the year. You want to see what you want to do with your money. So I'm not
Okay.
talking about planning in the general term, but in the world of finance. So you're saying, as I go into this year, what are the things I want to do with my finances? Planning is synonymous with goal setting. So I said earlier on that, I mean, in the dictionary, planning is definitely not the same as goal setting. But
Okay.
when we talk about planning in the world of finance, we are saying that you are looking at the year ahead and you are contemplating courses of action that you want to take regarding your money. I mean, what is my inflow going to be for this year? What is my outflow going to be for this year? Am I going to have an excess? Am I going to have a deficit? What are some of the things I can do to bridge the deficit? And what are some of the things I can do with my excess? That is
Okay.
what planning is literally in the world of finance. And again, planning is also synonymous with budgeting. Okay, so I said generally planning might encompass a whole lot of things, but in the world of finance, we are saying, hey, what is coming in, what is going out? Am I having an excess? Am I having a budget, a deficit? What can I do to bridge the gap? That is planning in the world of personal finance.
Okay.
You
All
know,
right. Thank you so much, Adeshola. All right.
all
So
right.
let me come to you. Let me come to you, Adebola. What, in your own words, what does planning mean? What does it entails? What does setting goals? Is it the same thing to set goals and to plan? Are they the same thing?
Well, planning to me means getting ready. Planning simply means to me that you're getting ready for something. There's a difference between getting prepared and getting ready. Planning simply means you're getting ready for what is about to happen. That is, this is not going to catch you unawares. You already have your tools. You already have the things that you're going to be using to get things started in place.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So, planning and setting goals for the year, are they the same thing? Do they have the same meaning?
Well, they are more like the same, but like when I'm planning for the year, I'm trying to put into a paper all the things that I hope to achieve.
And does it have
And
to
at
be
the same
written?
time, when I'm setting goals, no, I'm just trying to make an example.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to say, okay, these are the things that I hope to achieve. These are the things I'm planning to do. And then I'll see how I can make it happen. Setting goals. Setting goals is like you are giving yourself a target. Setting goals and planning, well, they kind of synonymous. They kind of have almost the same thing. But then when I set a goal and I give myself a target, or I give myself a particular date by which the goal must have been achieved.
Okay.
And planning for the year could be like I'm planning for the entire 2021. That is the 365 days. But setting a goal, I could set a goal and say, by March the 31st, I must have done this. You see, By June 1st, I must have done this. Those are goals. They are more specific.
So you're saying setting goals. Goals are more specific and time conscious. Is that what you're saying? That there is a time frame for you to
Yes,
achieve that?
exactly.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. All right. Thank you so much. So,
yes.
Adishala, let me ask you: can it ever be too late or too early? When is it too late? When is it too early? Normally we plan. We say, New Year resolution. We are planning for the year, and we plan in January.
Right.
Is there a too late or too early time to make plans?
Actually, January is just like a break in transmission, right, for the new year. And if you are to look at it, time is time. I think the beginning of a new year is one of the gifts of nature to help us recalibrate and start all over again. So whether you are planning at the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year, or at the end of the year, it really doesn't matter. What is important is that you plan. Now, the mistake a lot of people make is that they wait till January 1st to make resolutions. Now, resolutions based on the fact that this is a new year, let me do something new. And those resolutions are not backed by action. They are doing it because, oh, everybody is making resolutions and new year plans. Let me make new year plans. At the end of the day, by the third day, by the first week of the year, they are falling off the bandwagon. Okay? So there's never a bad time to plan, ever. You can plan in the morning, you can plan at night, you can plan at the beginning of the month, you can plan at the end of the month. What is important is that you follow through with your plans, you follow through with your goals, and you execute. So back to your question, there is never later time
No,
to
no
plan.
later, no early. As long as you plan and you keep it going.
Right.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that. So,
Yes.
Adebola, let me direct the same thing to you. Do you agree with what she just said about?
Yeah, absolutely. It's never too late to set up. It's never too late to plan. It's never too late to want to achieve something. And it can never be too early to achieve something.
It doesn't have to be January. New Year resolution.
Well, personally, I don't make resolutions. I
Okay.
just know that I want to upgrade myself in every year I have to go higher. You understand me? I don't just sit down and say, I'm not doing this again, I have to do this. But I just know that every year there must be something that I will look back to and say, 2021, 2020, I was able to get this done, even more than one thing a lot of times. But then there's no resolution anywhere, there's no pressure for me. But I just make sure that every year there's something tagged to achievement in my life.
And you have to set it. Okay, because you made a statement now. Does it have to be like an higher goal than what you did in the previous year? Like, do you take it like a step forward
Definitely.
or a step higher?
Definitely, it has to be a higher goal. It has to be like I've moved forward, isn't it? There has to be
Okay.
a plus.
From where you're coming
Yes,
from. Okay, Adeshola, do you agree with that?
yes.
As in, do you set higher goals than what? Okay, let me reconstruct this question now. What if you did not achieve what you set out to do in the previous years? Does that mean you can just discard it and set an higher goal? Like, take it a step forward?
The problem I see with people is that we put ourselves under so much pressure based on what the society says, based on what people do. Now, goal setting and execution, in my opinion, is intensely personal. And now, what are goals? Goals are, you know, what you want to do, what you would like to achieve over a period of time. And I tell people in the world of finance, when we talk about goal setting, and these same principles are applicable to other areas of life. I tell people as a finance coach, break your goals into three categories: short term goals, mid term goals, and long term goals. Now, short term goals are the things you intend to accomplish within a year, 2021. Mid-term goals are things you intend to achieve between 2 to 3 years or 5 years. And long-term goals are the things that you want to achieve between 5 and 10 years. Now, so when you understand that some goals are short term in nature, some are mid term in nature, there's no pressure. If you're not able to accomplish it last year, try it again this year.
This year.
If it is not
Okay.
working, move it forward. There's nothing like higher goal or lower goal. Goal is goal. So you must be able to set the goals, put the necessary cost of action in place to help you set the goals. Goal setting is not just about writing things down on paper. And again, that's the mistake people make. I have to set goals. Oh, this new year, health, oh, family. Oh. We write them down and then we go about our usual and normal way of life. At the end of the year, we look at our diary and then we realize that we have not even accomplished anything. So we do goal setting from our head, not from our heart. But here is a hack for goal setting, like I said. Break your goals into short term, into mid term, into long term. Example of short term goal. In 2021, I want to save up $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. Short term goal. Mid term goal, in 2 or 3 years, I want to buy my first home or buy my second home. So when you break things down like that, you don't suffer burnout. Some people want to achieve what they're supposed to do in 2 or 3 years. They want to achieve it in 1 year. And if they are not able to accomplish it, then they say, I haven't achieved my goal. I want to carry it over. Meanwhile, in the first instance, that goal is not even supposed to be a 1 year goal. So break your goals down. The things you can do in 1 year, be realistic. And there's something we call SMART, that acronym.
We're
Make
actually
it
still going to talk
specific.
about that because that's the next thing I was about to ask you. The SMART goal, setting
Okay.
the SMART goal. Like,
Right.
should it be in a year? You made a statement. You said most times people make goals that they cannot achieve in a year. Maybe the goals need to be spread out.
Right.
Like, give yourself like
Right.
a 5-year plan, or a 6-year plan, or a 3-year plan, or whatever. But we all want to pack it into just 1 year and take stock at the end of the year and say, yes, I did not achieve my goals.
So I still bring it down, and this is what has worked for me over the years. This is what I teach people. Break it down. See, your goals are your aspirations, things you would like to do. So break it down. This is my financial situation. If you live in Nigeria and you're earning 60,000 naira a month, and you are saying that I want to buy a house within 1 year, you are not being realistic. And I'm not saying don't have faith. I'm not saying don't apply faith. But you see, you have to be specific, talking about SMART.
Yeah.
It has to be measurable. It has to be achievable or attainable. Now with 60K, can you seriously buy a house in 1 year in Nigeria? Because with 60K, that means at the end of the year, you're earning 720,000 naira. That would not even pay rent for 1 year. So when you break it down, okay, with my current salary, I should be able to buy a house in 5 years because I would make more money. I would explore multiple sources of income. Maybe I would have access to mortgage. That's how you plan. So all your aspirations, break them into short, break them into mid, break them into long-term goals, then apply SMART. Specific. I want to save up so amount in 2 years. Measurable. Don't just say, I want to build a house. What kind of a house? How much is the house? Where's the house? Then is it achievable or attainable based on your current financial situation? Or even if your financial situation is going to change soon, is it achievable, right? Then is it realistic? Then time bound. Okay? Talking about the categorization of the time frame. So these things it's not rocket science. A lot of times we put ourselves so much under pressure because we look at what this other person is doing, what the other person is doing. You are not considering their own peculiar financial situation. You are not considering some other factors. Some people have benefactors. Some people come from a wealthy home. Even if their current salary cannot get them what they want, they have brothers, they have siblings, they have parents who can help them. So you cannot set your own goals based on other people's time frame. You have to consider your own and be realistic. You see, So break
All
it
right.
down and don't pressurize yourself. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Adeshola. So, Adebola, let me talk to you about the SMART goals. As in, we know you have your own. How old is your business? How old is your company?
7 years.
7 years. So, was there a particular planning that you put into place for you to kickstart that business? And do you care to share? Do you want to give us what you did to make you who you are today? Was there something you did in particular? Was there a strategic planning that you did?
Anyway, what I can say I did is that I was committed to my work. That's it. I was dedicated. I gave it my all being. I gave it my everything. Like, that's just the summary of the whole thing.
Okay. Okay, so what does planning smart means to you? Setting smart goals.
Well, setting smart goals could be like working within your ability, financial ability. Yeah, like, this is what you can afford. But how do I say it? Like she said, you shouldn't have higher goals. You should have higher goals because you can't just be going around the same circle every year. You must aspire to take a step forward. Maybe that's who I am anyway, because every year there must be something better for me. Even if I didn't achieve, I understand that you may not be able to achieve your all your aspirations in a year, but there can be some carryover goals that you were not able to meet, but there must always be something better that you want for yourself. Yes. So there is something called higher goals. Maybe that's because, I don't know, like, for instance, if I was renting a place for my school, I can say in 2021, 2022, I want to buy a house for my school. That's a higher goal.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. I get
Yeah.
both of
So
you, but
there's
I think
something called
what she is saying is the pressure we put on ourselves by
no, you don't
setting.
have to put yourself under pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's you don't have to, the thing is, well, if you are thinking of looking at, if the community is making, your social media is making some people to put themselves under pressure, it's so unfortunate then. But then everybody is an individual. Even
Yeah.
twins, they are individuals. So you just have to have your own. I say to my learners for every graduation, I say they must set achievable goals. And then setting your goals is not something is not notes that you have to share with your friends. You don't have to
Okay.
put too many firewood in your fire at once, but then just make sure that within a time frame, this is what I want to do, this is who I want to be. And don't just say it with a word of mouth. You have to do everything to make it happen. In 2012, I went for an interview, Pretoria. And the interviewer asked me and said, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? 5 years was supposed to be 2017. And then I said to him, even though I had nothing, I had not, I was not even married. I don't even have a regular source of income. But I said to the guy, I said, in 2017, I want to have a school and a spa. And you know what? I didn't just say it because I wanted him to feel like, oh, this girl has dreams. I said it because I know that I am able to have it, and I'm going to do everything to make me have it. And to God be the glory, my dream. I started my school in 2013, and the spa section was started in 2017. So the goal was actually achieved.
No, that means you work towards that goal. You did some things towards
Definitely, that
that
is my
goal.
point.
You you said you did not have anything when you said that, but somehow some things click for you. Now I want to go back to what Adeshala
Yeah.
said. What of those people that things did not click for? Do you understand my question?
Well, you know what? The thing is, yeah, I do. How do I say it now? Sometimes if you shoot your shot and it doesn't hit once, keep shooting the shot. Or if you shoot it and you're not getting results, how about you change your
Your
approach?
tactic, yeah. Yeah. So I think we should talk about that. Adeshala, are there
Yeah, you
any
can change your
tactical
approach.
plan for delivering on these goals? Are there any tactical plan that you need to put in place to deliver on your goals?
Well, yes. The choice of words remind me of my MBA. When I did my MBA, they would say that strategy is what you do at the uppermost top, then the tactical plans coming in between, and then you have the operational plans. Let me try and break it down. Again, you know what? Let's leave all of this semantics and all of this big English. The simple truth is that the reason a lot of people do not make progress is that we talk more than we
We
act,
act.
right?
Yeah.
We are so inundated by, hey, this is what this person is doing. Oh, they said we should write goals. Ask people, what's the meaning of goals? The meaning of the goals you are writing. They just said we should write goals in church. They said we should bring our resolution and pray on them. Now, I believe that the tactical level is the most important thing because, according to what I said in my MBA, that is the level where you go to execution. Okay? Now, let's break it down. You have written a goal, and I'll limit my own conversation to finances. You have written a goal that I want to save maybe $5,000 by the end of 2020. If you live in Nigeria, maybe you want to save 2 million naira at the end of the year. That is your goal. What is the strategy? Maybe I'm a business owner, I have to sell this amount of products, or maybe I'm a salary earner, I have to save this amount of products, I mean, this amount of money. That is the strategy. Now, the tactical bit is, when you now break it down, how many products am I going to sell that will give me this amount of profit so that I can take out this amount of savings? So you are not just talking at the level of I want to save $5,000. You are coming down to the level of how can I achieve this? Goal setting is not about having faith, especially that, I mean, since we are talking about the smart aspect, we are saying you have to be realistic. You have to be able to go to work. You have to be able to say, this is what I am going to do, right? So, am I going to take an additional work? Am I going to do part-time in addition to my full-time job? If I'm a business owner, am I going to take full-time or part-time in addition? If I am a salary earner, am I going to start a side hustle by the side? What is the amount that I need to make in a month? And out of that amount, according to my budget, how much am I going to put aside on a monthly basis so that at the end of the year, I am making $5,000? You see? So it is not just saying and writing the goals. You are now breaking it down. You are planning, you are budgeting to say, if I want to achieve $5,000 at the end of the year, that means on a monthly basis, I must save at least $450. If you save $400, that means at the end of the year, you have 4,800, right? $4,800. So you're saying, okay, if I have to save $450 on a monthly basis, how? What is my salary? What are my running expenses? So you draw a budget, income, you look at your expenses. How can I squeeze out $450 from my money on a monthly basis? That's the tactical people do not sit down to do. They're only talking about, yeah, this is my goal for 1 year. Break it down. If you're a business owner, sometimes you don't have a regular source of income. For those times, especially when you sell seasonal goods and services, how can I make up for it so that at the end of the year, I am still achieving my $5,000? You see, that's the tactical bit, tactical and operational. So you are not just at the level of I want to save, or I want to make this amount, I want to buy a house. How? You have to dip your hands into the mud to say, this is how I am going to do it. So, I mean, to wrap that question up, I would say, yes, the tactical things you need to do will be budget. A budget is like a navigator.
Yeah.
If you are going to Atlanta from Houston and you want to drive, if you put it in a navigator, it will tell you, this is how you should do it. These are the roadblocks. These are the detours. That's a budget. It's a financial plan. It's like a navigator for your money. So you use budgeting. If you have to use apps for saving, right? If you have to talk to a financial advisor to help you, those are the hands-on things that you need to do in order to achieve that goal. And like I said, that's where a lot of people miss it. We just make goals, but we are not actually breaking it down to say, how.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
that's my submission.
All right. Thank you so much, Adeshala. So, we'll go on a short break, and then when we come back, I'll come back to you, Adebola. I need to ask you about the tactical planning also. So, we'll move back. So, Adebola, let me come back to you about the tactical planning. We have 20 minutes, and we still have like 5 questions to deal with. So, let's just try and rush through this. What do you think is a tactical way, or like Adeshala said, she said to her, being tactical means actually finding out what you need to do to achieve that thing that you set out to do. Not just say I want to build a house, but how much do I have? How much can I spare that I can save towards building a house? What do I really need to do to achieve this thing? So, do you agree with that submission?
Well, what I just have to say is basically you have to like there's an adage that says you cut your coat according to your size. And I'm not going to advise anyone to do more than they are able to do. But then just be reasonable in every goal you are setting. Let's be how do I say it now? Be factual. Let's be reasonable. Let's know that okay, I'm not like hoping to buy 3 cars in a year, hoping to buy 3 houses in a year, and then you are just a salary earner. Because the way a business owner would think will be different from the way a salary earner would think. You see, yeah, because a salary earner will always think on I'm earning 5,000 rand a month, and a business owner will always think of okay, I was making 100,000, I can always push to make 150. So definitely we can't think the same way. Yeah, we can't think the same way. So now what I'm saying is just cut your coat according to your size. Be factual. Don't say because this lady she's doing this, I have to do that. No, personally, I don't even see. I've never had to live my life that way, so I don't make such examples. I don't have to run another person's race. You see, just run your own race. That's all I can say. Run your own race. Work according to what you can afford. Then, if something else comes that can make you do more than you are expecting to do, then that's fine. But then don't run another person's race.
Great. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Adebola. So, Adeshala, we know how difficult it is for us to achieve everything we've been talking about. So now I want to ask you, how do you find the root cause of your poor performance? If you feel like I've not been achieving everything I said I was going to achieve, even if it's a 5 year goal, even if you set the goal 5 years ago, and you find out you've still not been able to achieve it, how do you find the root cause? How do you identify what the problem is?
All right, thank you. From my experience and in my opinion, I think the number one cause of poor performance and the non achievement of your goals or your desired objectives is lack of knowledge, right? You cannot act beyond what you
What you
know
know.
part time.
Yeah.
And this cuts across different areas of life. Let me narrow it down to finances. Now, you have been, saying, oh, I want to do this year in, year out. You have set a goal that you have carried over from one year to another. Now, one of the fundamental reasons you are likely not have been able to achieve it is because you do not have the requisite knowledge to go about it. Okay? In the world of finance, I tell people that you go to school and you have a degree, a college degree, a university degree, does not mean that you are likely to win with your finances. So we go to school, they teach us to become lawyers, accountants, and all of that. I'm a chartered accountant and I've been qualified about 19 years this year now. But for a better part of my career, I didn't have a clue about my finances. Even though I went to school and I was taught about how to become an accountant. So the ball game, is different. They teach us how to further our profession, how to rise on our career level and ladder. But they don't teach us the dynamics of finance in those days. So if you do not know what it means to save or what it means to budget, then you will continue to carry your goals over because you will write down the goal of, I want to achieve this, but you don't know. People, they come to you, I want to invest. What can I invest in, especially in this part of the world where I live? What can I invest in that will give me 30% per month? If you understand the dynamics of financial literacy, you will know that there are different asset classes, things you can invest in. There's a range of return on investment. Anything promising a certain range is likely to end in tears. So knowledge is what will point you in that direction. You don't know about cryptocurrency, you are putting your money there. Now, I'm not saying cryptocurrency is not good. I'm not saying this is not good or that is good. But you don't know. Then you go and put your money in there and you lose money, then you start to cry. For whatever you want to attain or achieve success at, the first thing that would help you overcome lack of accomplishment or achievement is getting the knowledge.
Educate yourself.
In the world of personal finance, educate yourself, read books, go for courses. I run an investment club. We've got members from about 19 countries. And what do? We provide literacy, America, Canada, UK. And then we provide actual opportunities for people to learn. Even in South Africa, we have members. So one thing I will encourage people to do is that the internet is so filled with knowledge, free knowledge. Start with free knowledge, then, upgrade to paid courses, paid webinars. If there's anything you will do for yourself in this 2021, I'll encourage you to seek knowledge. Last year, nobody knew COVID was going to happen.
Yeah.
Some people lost their jobs. Some people lost their businesses. How do you bounce back? It's not by what you know. What are the sectors you should invest in? Where should you put your money? There's a new normal.
Yeah.
What are the kind of stocks you should buy? So you see, you need knowledge. So the root cause, number one cause, it's not the only cause of poor performance, but the most fundamental is lack of knowledge. So you need knowledge. Yes, ignorance. You need knowledge in whatever area you want to become better at. And start from the free knowledge and then go on to paid knowledge. I have paid for courses and courses, and it has widened my horizon because I coach people. I cannot just coach from Edna. I need to stay abreast of facts. I have members from America. I need to know what is happening in the stock market in America, in the UK, So knowledge is critical if you want to achieve your goals.
All right.
That's just one out of so many other
The
things.
root causes. All right. Thank you so much, Adeshola. So, Adebola, do you want to add any root cause of not achieving your goals of poor performance?
It's the inability to analyze yourself. You see, to evaluate yourself. Yeah, you need to be able to evaluate yourself. Like, for instance, if you're doing something and it's not yielding results, the best thing to do is to evaluate yourself. When I say evaluate, like you're reviewing yourself. Try to see what you're doing wrong. Try to see how the approach you can change to what you can do differently. Yeah, that's so now if I'm able to analyze and I'm able to see what I've been doing, like I've been doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not giving me a positive outcome. Personally, I will change my approach. You see, I'm trying to review myself now. I'm going to change my approach. I'm going to turn the other way and try. Because now if I don't analyze, able to discover what I'm doing wrong. So I could be like, I don't, like she said anyway, if you don't have sufficient knowledge, you don't, right audience.
Yeah.
So marketing for the right audience, doing things for the right audience can, for the wrong audience, sorry, can also be the reason why you are not getting results.
Yeah.
So basically, inability to review yourself, inability to review yourself, inability to do things and make sure you are meeting the right audience could be the reason why you are not getting results, could be the reason for your poor performance.
All right, thank you so much, Adebola. So I was saying that when you were talking that if you're doing things because other people are doing it, you most likely might not achieve what you set out to achieve because you don't know what the motive of those other people are. Like if I'm doing a talk show because someone is doing a talk show, I don't know what the dream of that other person is. I don't know what the motive of that other person is. I don't know what is driving that other person. But then I decided to just sit down and just start talking. So of course, I most likely might not get results because I've actually not defined me. I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, and she said she believes if you want to fix your problem, you need to fix you first. So I'm just buttressing the point of Adebola that at times we need to fix ourselves. We need to search ourselves and find out why we are doing what we are doing. These goals I want to achieve, why did I set them? Are they actually for me? Or am I doing it because Adeshola is doing it? Maybe because Adeshola is saying, you must save 50% of your salary every month, 50% of your salary. And then I decided to go ahead and be saving it. Now, I don't know what Adeshola's salary is. Maybe her salary is like 2 million per month. So, of course, she can afford to save 1 million and live on 1 million. But then me, my own salary is 100,000. And then I want to save 50% because she is saving 50%. So, that's just my own point of view from what Adebola just said. So, Adeshola, let me ask you. So, this poor performance, how do you improve on them? How do you learn from your mistakes?
Okay, how do you learn from your mistakes? I like what Adebola just said. Review, analyze. Again, in the world of personal finance, I tell people there's so many things to say. But again, you have set the goals, you have executed. How do you track? How do you check? You have put in so much work. How can you say, okay, last year I spent less than what I wanted to spend? Last year I was always eating out, and I made a goal at the end of at the beginning of the year that I was going to eat out less. Now this year, how do I know if I have eaten out less? Did I use an app, right, to review or to track my performance? There are apps you can use to kind of monitor your spending. Did you use any one? So if you want to deal with poor performance, you must put measures in place to track. And it cuts across different areas of life. If you have realized that you watch TV a lot, too much, like, and you have written a goal, I don't want to watch TV as much. How are you going to track it? You can't just say, I won't watch TV, and then you turn on the TV. But how turn off the TV? How do you know you haven't watched as much TV as you did? So you must track. In the world of finance, you can use apps to say every day I'm logging in. I mean, there's an app that I use. I also use Google Sheets. Every day before I go to bed, once I'm done with this video, all the monies I've spent today, I'm going to put it on the app. At the end of the month, it will show me how much I have spent on beauty, on makeup, on fuel, on recharge card, on internet. So if you want to curb poor performance, track, review. So let me tie it all together. Don't just set goals. Execute. Get adequate knowledge to execute. Budget. Save. Right? Plan. Then track. Use apps or whatever means to track to ensure that you are on point, you are still in line with what you desire to achieve. And then know your triggers. Know the triggers. What are the things that make me fail? For example, ladies, you have always had a running battle with spending money on clothes. You buy clothes and shoes that you don't need. And you realize that when you go into the store, I see your hand. So understand the triggers. Is it that when I go into the store without a list, I buy more than what I need? Or is it that when I shop online, I buy more than what I need? How do you manage that? the whatever card you use, move money out of that account. Leave only small money. Take only that card to shop when you shop. Don't take your credit card out. So you must put measures in place to help you control those triggers. So identify those triggers and starve them. If you eat too much, maybe you get a smaller plate or whatever. We all know our triggers. I know my trigger. Some people's trigger is social media. You can be on social media for 6 hours. Set an alarm. Do something. Uninstall the app for a while. So identify your triggers and put measures in place to help you curb or stop those triggers.
Excesses. Okay.
I hope that works. Yes.
Yeah, you were actually talking to me there because I'm one of those person that I called an impulse buyer, especially when it comes to my.
Specialist.
So I'm an impulse buyer. So I took a lot of things from what you just said. Thank you so much, Adeshola. I'm going to
Welcome.
take you as my accountability coach because I think I need that.
No problem.
I need an accountability coach.
No problem.
All right, so let me come back to you, Adebola. As we round up, what is your final thoughts about planning? And is there something that you can tell people that you can say, okay, for you to achieve your goals, like Adeshola said, that if you need to attend webinars, you need to attend lectures, free or paid, do whatever you need to do to achieve those goals. So, for you, you train people. So is there something you need to tell people out there, like, is there any skills you will advise them to acquire that will help them in achieving their goals?
Well, we all have different life goals, different life plans. So I think whatever you find your passion, wherever your passion lies, that's what you must go for. Like there's nothing like forcing someone to achieve a skill. But then the thing is, skill is very, very good. Like if you have a skill, it becomes a side also for somebody who has a professional job. And with skill can never really go hungry because there will always be something to make out of your hands. That's what I said. You train your hands to have your back. Like when there's nothing, when everything is just all down, your hands are there to save you because you can do something with your hands. It can now bring in something for you to feed yourself. So when your pocket is empty, you must ask your hands because your hand is the thing that brings something from your pocket and puts something in your pocket. So you have to achieve a skill where your passion lies, basically. Just follow it. Because if you're doing something because someone is doing it, like we've been saying repeatedly, you may not really, really find your ground. But if you're doing something because your drive is there, your passion is there, the sky is your limit. And to say something about your last question that Adeshola was answering, I think one of the ways by which you can grow is to be open to correction. You see, when you keep doing something that is wrong and maybe somebody's calling your attention to it, it's always good to open your heart to learning. Because if you cannot listen to corrections, if you're not ready to learn, you can never grow. That's it. Because nobody is a fountain of knowledge. No matter the age you are, there's always room for improvement. And like I say, we are always in the middle. Somebody is better than you are better than somebody. So there's somebody who is the best. There's somebody who is always better. So always be ready to learn, always be ready to be corrected. And I tell you what, that is the only key point to growing. That is the only way you can grow. Just find a skill where your passion lies. You see, in my environment, I can say this is what sells. But then I wouldn't know about, other places. Like in Nigeria, no makeup sells, gele sells. But in South Africa, you'll be wasting your time doing all those things, you see. So, but then do a kind of market survey and then make sure that you choose what sells, what the audience wants, and what you find and what you love doing. So that's just what I can say.
All right, thank you so much, Adebola. You just you put everything together for that question. So, Adeshola, let me come back to you because this is like we are rounding up. So, based off on what Adebola just said, is there any advice you want to give people out there on what they need to do to achieve? Let's not even say their 5-year goals. Let's just say like the little ones that they have set up for themselves. Let's hear.
Awesome. 3 things. I've said the first one over and over again. Acquire knowledge, embrace knowledge, right? Number two, be open to collaboration, right? Part of collaboration is having an accountability partner.
Yeah.
There's a quotable quote that says that if you want to go fast, go alone, right? But if you want to go far, go together, go with a team, go with people. So you need to learn to collaborate, which is what I do within my club. It might even be with your friends. Have an accountability partner, somebody who is able to look you in the eye and say, what you're doing is wrong. So sometimes we struggle with our goals. We don't have the willpower and the discipline to get things done. Okay, so subject yourself to people who can help you achieve your goal. So collaborate this year. Collaborate to make more money. Collaborate to achieve your goals. Collaborate to make yourself accountable. And then number three is leverage technology. Now we all know that the role technology plays. Look at us today.
Yeah.
This is collaboration, right?
Yeah.
This is technology. You want to save, there are saving apps you can use. The traditional methods are literally, fading away.
Yeah.
Last year, most of us attended meetings more than we have ever attended in our lives. Zoom meeting here,
Meeting.
Zoom
Yeah.
meeting there, all leveraging on technology. So technology is changing the dynamics of the world. This is not a time to say, no, internet is evil, or I don't have an email. My dad clocked 80 last year. He's still on social media. And when I say technology, I'm not just saying social media.
Yeah.
Social media is an aspect of technology. Technology is, you know what is happening, email marketing, different things. And social media is a part of it. This is not an age where you will say, social media is evil. Oh. Yes, social media has distractions, but it doesn't make it bad.
Bad.
So,
It's not.
knowledge, collaboration, technology, those things have the potential of helping you achieve your goals and living an amazing life in 2021 and
And
beyond.
beyond. Thank you so much. Thank you. So Adebola, let me just ask you, do you have a final thoughts, like a final view, final thoughts, so we can wrap this up?
Yeah, final thought is that they should just set achievable goals. Like every individual, you do have what you really want to achieve, isn't it? Even though it could be long, it could be short, you do have what you really want to become. So just make sure you set something that is achievable. That's all I can say. Set achievable goals, work towards it, give it all it takes. Every opportunity you get, every opportunity that comes your way, make the best out of it. Yeah,
Okay.
either they are going to pay you for doing that or not pay you for doing that. As long as it is an opportunity that can benefit you, however, just go for it. Yes.
All right.
Because
Thank you.
for instance, personally, every opportunity I grip it. Either it's going to give me money or not, I just grab it. So just set achievable goals, make use of opportunities that you know will pay you on the long run, and empower yourself. Empower yourself, however.
All right. Thank you so much, Adebola. Thank you. Adeshala, let me come back to you. Your final thoughts about all we've talked about today.
Just have an amazing year. Your financial success is your responsibility. Quit the blame game. Oh, my spouse. Oh, my husband. Oh, my sister. Oh, the Donald Trump. Oh, it is Buhari. Quit that blame game. Do you understand? Take responsibility. There are things beyond your control, we know. But for the things within your control, you take charge over that and leave every other thing to fall in place.
All right. Thank you both so much for doing this. So I'm just going to add this final thoughts. Be intentional. Be intentional about everything you set out to do. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be something you will just snap your finger and it will happen. But if you are intentional about it, most likely you will succeed at it. Let's not just sit down and just talk and say, I want to do this year, I want to do this year, and just sit on one spot. No, we have to be intentional and deliberate about that we set out to achieve. Be it a 1 year goal, be it a 5 year goal, be it a January plan. Your plan might be, I don't want to drink. But don't say you don't want to drink and be going to the clubhouse. You know? So be intentional and deliberate about whatever you set out to do. And like you know, we are Christians. I always tell you people, be prayerful. Whatever it is you want to do, be prayerful. I'm not saying fit it, like Adeshala said, because I don't believe in fating it. You know, you are sick, but you're saying I'm not sick. Fating it. Mm-mm. I'm saying be intentional and be deliberate about whatever you set out to achieve this year, and be prayerful. With the help of God, we will all get there. So thank you so much. Thank you, Adeshala, for sitting with us. Thank you for doing this with us. We appreciate you spending your time. We hope we didn't take too much of your time, so you can go to bed.
It's fine. Thank you for having
So
me.
we'll
God
still
bless.
bring you back some other time, but we hope you will answer when we call on you.
Not a problem at all.
All right, thank you so much. So Adebola, wow, I'm guessing it's like 12 a.m. in South Africa now.
It's 11:30.
Oh, it's almost 12. Wow, thank you so much for spending time with us today. Thank you for
All
sitting
right.
with us. We've learned a lot from the both of you, and we hope you come the next
Thank
time we
you.
call you.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
Thank you.
all guys for
Bye.
joining us. Thank you for joining us on Instagram. We are sorry we're not able to continue there, but the next time will be better. We can only get better from here on. Thank you all on Facebook as well. Thank you to my family. I saw a lot of my family members coming on. Thank you guys so much for always encouraging me. Thank you to the team, Glimpse Extra team. We are coming out big this year. Hey. Thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for the efforts. Thank you for the loss of bed space, because I know some of you are not sleeping and it's late. So like I usually say, like us on Facebook, is RealTALK with Odun. Follow our pages. Like us on Instagram as well, is RealTALK with Odun, and follow us also on Instagram. And then on YouTube, it's glimpseextra.com. Just give us a thumbs up. Let us know we are doing something right. Watch our previous post. Download our app. We have an app. It's called Glimpse X. If you download the app, you have access to all our shows. And then every other thing we do, we have a lot of things in store for you in this year 2021. So just download our app. So that way we don't have to be running after you. Alright, so until the next time when we come your way again, hopefully sooner than later, be good, be yourself, and have a fantastic 2021. Bye for now.